Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Teresa.
And this is
Teen Mom Time.
Welcome back to our podcast. We're here to give you more details on OK and Radar stories that you can't get enough of.
We'll be bringing you top stories, clearing up rumors, giving you special teases, and having guests to give us more gossip.
And on this week's episode, we will be talking about Ryan Edwards' latest arrest, Kail welcoming baby number 4, Farrah Abraham's settled lawsuit, and plus we have special guests, former Teen Mom 3-star Mackenzie McKee. All right, Teresa, let's get into truth or tale. Ryan Edwards was arrested on March 27th for a drug-related charge. People are worried. Is he still sober today?
Well, Lauren, an insider from the Red Bank Police Department in Tennessee is telling us that he was not arrested for simple possession of heroin. He was arrested for petition to revoke, which means that he broke probation on a past simple possession of heroin charge. So we asked Mackenzie Edwards, his wife, to find out if he's sober today, and she insists that he's sober. She actually said that he took a drug test yesterday, and the results came back negative.
Which is great because yesterday news broke they are expecting their first child. And look, now he was arrested the day after, which is pretty crazy.
It is really crazy, and aside from whether he's sober or not, I'd be really mad if my husband was arrested while I'm pregnant.
I would be mad too, but Mackenzie seems like she's the type of person to just put up with it.
Yeah.
All right, Teresa, now let's get into the top 3 stories. Farrah Abraham's lawsuit with Teen Mom OG, with Viacom against Morgan, was settled. What can you tell us about that?
So on March 27th, Farrah Abraham filed a petition to have the lawsuit dismissed with prejudice, which means she cannot sue Viacom again on the same claims. It seems that they settled out of court. It seems she got a big payday, a rep for Farrah, and Farrah did not respond to Radar's request for comment. So all we can do is assume that she is getting paid to drop the lawsuit.
Yeah, and which is so weird because when we spoke to Deb, her mom, she said that in their contract they cannot sue each other.
That's correct.
So I would be very shocked that MTV just paid her off because she doesn't deserve that. She's been bashing them and she was so mean to everyone. But I guess they just wanted to shut her up once and for all.
I'm almost wondering if part of the settlement was that she can't talk about any of it because, you know her, she loves to go off on social media slamming MTV, and in the past few weeks, she's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, she hasn't posted anything on Instagram, Twitter, nothing. So maybe that is part of it. So now it's officially goodbye, Farrah. She's done. She could be out of the picture.
She's definitely done with the show, and the only place we'll see her on now is social media.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So our next topic is Kailyn Lowry, baby number 4. She said on her podcast last week that she would be open to freezing her eggs and having a sperm donor. She expressed concern, though, because it could affect her love life, having 4 baby daddies now. Right. What do you think about that, Lauren?
I think it's crazy. She can definitely support her children. She is growing her businesses. She knows what she's doing. She has 3 great kids that we've watched grow up on the show. I wouldn't be opposed to it. She can do what she wants. She's a grown woman. She's very mature. She's been a mom since she was 16. If she wants to have a 4th child, go for it. Do I think she's crazy? Yeah, she's going to be juggling 4 kids all by herself, but I would love to see her with a daughter.
I understand. I just think Kail's a mama boys, and I think that having 3 children for her is right. I mean, if she added a 4th father to the mix, she's already doing 3 drop-offs with all 3 of her children.
But you wouldn't know the father.
That's true.
So that's because Kail, she has a great relationship with Joe. Mm-hmm. Her relationship with Javi is insane, and we can't keep up. Chris, it's just horrible. They just bash each other.
But that's the thing. She has an awful relationship with Chris Lopez. Her relationship with Javi is a roller coaster. Who knows in the future how her relationship with Joe will be.
Yeah.
I understand she doesn't know the 4th father of her kid, but just having another child in general is a lot for her to handle, and I just think that she might be juggling too much. I think she should focus on her 3 children, and that's
it doesn't look like she's going to do anything with her career. She does want to get into communications. And in Delaware, she just doesn't see any opportunities, so she's just been a stay-at-home mom for now.
Right, but the thing about Kail is she loves her freedom, which was a big reason of why her marriage with Javi ended. She loves traveling. She loves trying new things. And I just think having a 4th child would be harder for her to do that.
She does have great friends, Bone, Becky. she does have a great support system, but I don't know. I think Kail, if she wants to have a fourth kid, it would be great. We would get more books. We would get more entertainment on the show. It would be great for her, I think.
I have to say, though, if she does find someone in the future and they want to get married, she will be having a fifth kid with a fifth baby daddy, which is fine. It just, I think, would be a little harder for her to snag a husband.
Yeah, one that she deserves. Speaking of Kail, her ex-husband, Javi, he reunited with his ex-girlfriend, Lauren, who he dated last summer. They broke up in September. Now they're back together. However, people were really concerned because he had an appearance in Dallas, Texas, and he was retweeting all these girls and these videos and pictures, and girls were all over him. So people were really concerned that they broke up. Teresa, what can you tell us?
Well, Javi spoke to Radar exclusively, and he said that they're still together.
Yay!
Which we're really happy because we want Javi to find love and be happy. Lauren still has a photo of them on Instagram, so it seems like there's no trouble in paradise.
Which is good. I think Javi needs a girl like Lauren.
Yeah.
We thought it was a huge mistake when they broke up, and then he started dating Brianna, but even though the distance is definitely going to be a struggle, I think they will be able to make it work. She just seems like the sweetest, most genuine person, so I think that's what he wanted. Someone who's just at home, quiet, reserved. I think this will last.
I do too, and Lauren is not the type of girl so far to like the fame. Agreed. I mean, she hasn't been on the show yet. It doesn't look like she has any plans of being on the show. She seems very involved with her family. And I just think this is the girl that Javi needs. Because all the past girlfriends kind of wanted the fame.
And it was love at first sight for him. Do you remember he said that?
Wedding, yeah.
At the wedding. They met at a wedding, so...
Which is such a cute love story.
Yeah, so they'll be able to tell that story at their own wedding.
The only thing I have to say is Javi should definitely start flaunting his girlfriend on social media. Because right now, he kind of looks a little single.
Agreed. I guess he just wants to keep it really private, but their photos are so cute. From last summer when they went to like a zoo and a water park, they were so cute. So I do think he needs to show girls he is taken.
Yeah.
Maybe girls in Dallas didn't know he had a girlfriend.
There you go.
So maybe that was the reason why they were taking those photos and videos.
Maybe.
So, Javi, you need to get onto that.
And stay with Lauren.
Yes.
Now let's go into Teen Mom Tell All. We have former Teen Mom 3-star Mackenzie McKee. Hey, Mackenzie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Body by Mac and more of your amazing projects?
Cool. Yeah. So I decided to start doing fitness competitions and just really was like, wow, this is where my heart is. This is where my happiness is. This was 4 years ago. That's when it all started, and I just became, in love with it and knew this is where I belong, and I'm going to go from here. So I started doing online personal training and only had the time to take on 20 clients a month. And one day it just I was just thinking while doing macro planning for one of my clients and said, you know what? I want to impact more than 20 people a month in life. So I want to create my own brand and my own business, and thought up of Body by Mac, because that's what I was called in school, with Mac or Mickey. No one ever called me Mackenzie. Josh is like the only person in my life who calls me Mackenzie. But yeah, and I created the brand and trademarked myself, and spent a year. I spent 6 months designing a program and 6 months filming it, and launched Body by Mac last year at this time, and nearly 4,000 people have participated in my program. And then I created a 2-week beginner's guide, and then I created a 3-month program, and I've created a Mommy and Me program, and now I have a subscription program, which is a lot of fun because I do online live workouts right from my living room 3 days a week, and people can come join like you're joining a fitness class, and it's just going amazing. It's a lot of fun. I also have a clothing line in a boutique line, and lots of projects on the way. So yeah.
Are you also training for a fitness competition now?
I am. Last time I trained was before I had Bronx, so I had 2 kids, and after I had Bronx, it was kind of like my skin wasn't the same. I have loose skin, and I I was just kind of down on myself, and one day I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start doing bodybuilding competitions again, because that's, where this all started from, and that's where my heart is. So I am currently 9 weeks out of my first show since having bronze.
Awesome. So, Mackenzie, we have to ask, are you replacing Farrah Abraham on Teen Mom OG?
I'm not able to confirm anything at this point, but you guys will be seeing me on MTV, and we have high hopes of stuff, and I would absolutely love to be back into the Teen Mom family again. But as of right now, I have to keep my mouth shut about that.
Fans would definitely love to see you back, so everyone's really excited.
I would love to come back.
You said in a previous interview that after Teen Mom, your life kind of fell apart. Your marriage with Josh and the family, it was crazy. Are you scared to get back into reality television again?
The first person I asked was Josh, because I didn't want to get back into it if he wasn't on the same page as me, because when I went on 16 and Pregnant, I literally showed up at his house and said, hey, what do you think about being on TV? And he's like, oh, absolutely not. Like, I'm not being on TV. I'm a 17-year-old boy who doesn't have it together. And I'm like, well, they're already, on their way here. Like, they're on a plane right now. And just kind of, like, went about it the wrong way, I guess. And so it's, like, a shocking. And when we were filming Teen Mom 3, I wasn't really open. Like, I tried to just kind of pretend to be this perfect person because I knew this was going to be on TV. I could embarrass myself. And that's honestly the biggest mistake I made, because people can't relate to you and they don't fall in love with your story if you're not being real. And so that's what I told myself. Okay, if, when I get back on TV, I want to be real so people can actually connect with me. And we were split up, actually, and seeing other people during Teen Mom 3, but didn't want the world to know. So we were pretending to be together when they were filming, and he would run, and I just had to, cry like, oh, my boyfriend is missing. And it was honestly horrible. And then they stopped filming, and we got it together and got married and got pregnant with Jaxie, and it fell apart all over again. Like, it was absolutely horrible. There was, all kinds of things going on. I went into a really dark place, and then I had Bronx, and it got even worse. He actually left and ended up filing for divorce, and then just kind of, I think we were separated for 2 months, and one night it was 3 a.m, and he broke in the house, and I'm like, why are you here? And still to this day I ask, why did you come back? But since then, things have been great. I mean, we both kind of opened up our own businesses, and that's when Body by Mac launched, and we got into a very nice home for our kids, and things have been smooth since. We're still a hot mess, don't get me wrong, but
who isn't?
It has been better. And then not my marriage falling apart, but things kind of fell apart when my mom got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and then she wanted to share her story, and so she's getting to share her story on MTV, and it's going to be such an inspirational story. So she's just like changing the world. And then it was just kind of emotional, and I'm just not getting in. She's like, you go and you run your business again, and you get it back together. Like, don't stop for me. She's my biggest cheerleader. And so that's kind of what's keeping me going right now through this, is that she wants to see me succeed. So that's where we are now.
Can you give us an update on how your mom is doing today?
Oh, goodness. Cancer, especially the stage 4 cancer, is such a roller coaster. So some days it's like she's doing great, and then it's like, hey guys, surprise, I'm in the hospital. And then it's like, good news, the cells are shrinking, things are going great. And then it's like, oh, I have blood clots in my legs, guys, I'm back in the hospital. So it's such like every other day it's good, and every other day it's bad. And today she's in the hospital with she got a really bad virus, and it's just so weird to see her go from the healthiest woman, the healthiest inspiration I know, running every morning, training for marathons, to getting knocked on her back, but using this as time away from her job and running and trying to inspire the world. But she's a fighter, and I know she's going to fight, and she's healthy, and she's been healthy her whole life. So I know her body was ready for this.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's definitely in our prayers.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're excited to see her story and how it will inspire fans and everyone watching.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good tribute to MTV too, because they've, I don't think they've had a story quite like this in a while, where it's like a uplifting, inspirational story about things that others can connect with. Because I get so many messages a day of people who have dealt with a loved one having cancer, or they have cancer, and they're so excited to see this story. So I'm excited too.
Yeah. So earlier today, news broke that Ryan Edwards was arrested again. And just yesterday, we learned that his wife, Mackenzie, is pregnant with their first child. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't, that's the one story. I don't watch the show. I didn't even watch Teen Mom 3. We don't pay for TV because I'd rather be, I'd rather be growing my business and spending time, with my kids or whatever. Which I'm on the go all the time. But I follow everyone online, but him and Mackenzie's like the one story I don't. I do love Macy, and everyone knows Macy is such an amazing person and a great mom. And I feel for her. I mean, that's her son's dad, so I feel sad. And I think Mackenzie is really trying to have his back through all this, and that must be hard for this to be in the media and him having these problems. And oh my gosh, I could not imagine finding out I'm pregnant and then Josh getting arrested. I would want to kill him.
Same.
So on the topic of pregnancies, would you guys be opening to welcoming another child? Because your babies are so cute.
Adorable.
Yeah, I had such a hard time with Bronx. It was the worst pregnancy ever, and it's actually a funny story. I don't know if I've ever told this story, but I was like, hey, doc, I'm having a C-section. While you're in there, remove everything in there that's going to knock me up again. I want my ovaries gone. I want it all gone. Tie my tubes, whatever you got to do. So I think we decided to do one of them. I signed off. And all of a sudden, there was heart problems with the baby. He's like, you need to get to the hospital. So I had to drive outside of my hometown to a hospital with the NICU. And I walk in, and there's nurses everywhere with all these needles and scissors. And next thing you know, I'm knocked out. A baby's out of me. C-section, baby's out of me. So I'm like, wow, that was crazy. The baby's in the NICU for 8 hours. I kept saying, please tell me if my baby's alive. Please tell me. And they said, we can't answer that.
Oh my
Finally,
God.
Josh threw a big fit, and they're like, well, the baby's alive, but he has 2 holes in his heart. He's not doing good. We can't promise you he's going to make it. And so it was a really scary pregnancy. And I'm like, you know what? We got to pray for this baby, but my tubes are tied. I can't have another baby. My diabetes, I've had 3 blessings. I can't do this.
And how is your son doing today?
Good. He was on medicine for a year and all kinds of doctor visits, but we just call him our little miracle.
Aw, he's so cute. He's growing up so fast. And
I know.
So if you do come back into the Teen Mom family, you feuded with Brianna when you were up for the role on Teen Mom 2. Do you ever plan on maybe becoming friends again and forgiving, moving on?
I have nothing against her. I actually think people think that there's more hate in between us than there is. We do have each other blocked and everything, just because none of us sit and ponder on it. I promise she doesn't sit and think about me, and I don't sit and think about it. We were good friends, so at first I was hurt, and I told her, I'm hurt that this is happening, and she she did not have the heart that I thought she had. Our friendship to her didn't mean as much as it did to me, I guess, because she's like, you know, kind of a screw you piece kind of thing. But it's all good. I would love to be her friend again, and if we ever saw each other, I would hope that it would go over well. And I have a feeling we will be crossing paths again. And I love Roxy, and I love Brittany. And I actually spoke to Brittany not long ago via Snapchat. She messaged me, and I just messaged her and said, well, like, love you and miss you guys. And she said the same thing back. So I hate having beef with anyone. I know it's already hard being the new girl, and I know it's hard for the others. They've tweeted some things about being mad about an addition, and it's kind of like, really? But I don't know, like, I don't have any hate for her, because between me and her, it's like, love you, girl, like, none of this is true. And then Mackenzie slams Brianna. Mackenzie's mad, and I'm like, none of that is true. So I kind of am trying to see her side. So it's kind of just, we weren't able to talk it out. That was that. We blocked each other, and gone.
Well, there's always hope for the future.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's all we had. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Mackenzie?
No, thank you guys for having me. This is awesome. I love podcasts.
Yeah.
I love them.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. You guys have a good day.
Bye,
You
Mackenzie.
too.
We'll talk
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Teresa, that was crazy. What she said about her struggles with Josh in the past, the divorce, her mom, the update, and also how she teased that, you know, we'll be able to see more of her on MTV. I'm really looking forward to that.
I know, and I can't believe that Josh filed for divorce at one time. I really hope that she replaces Farrah.
I know. She would be really great on the show, and she needs to come back to MTV.
She does. Now let's go into Teen Mom Tease. How is Teen Mom OG doing without Farrah Abraham? Check RadarOnline.com to find out.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to catch us next week where we'll have a new special guest and more Teen Mom drama for you.
Bye, everyone.